Hello and welcome to today's live 24-hour intuitive inspirational message. So, hello, I am clairaudient. I do receive various styles of channeled messages. So as I receive those messages, I will be speaking to you about them. Usually they are symbolic, but at times they can be literal. Now, because this is a collective, this is meant for everyone. The energy that I tap into is for the next 24 hours of everyone who watches this video. So please keep in mind that energy is fluid, time is fluid as well. So as I gather this sort of information for the next 24 hours, I will be giving the message, and whatever resonates, go ahead and take. Whatever doesn't, compassionately leave it for the person who needs to hear it most. Okay? This is a timeless, so that means that it's meant for whenever you find this. Okay? It's for your next 24 hours. I see a tent. I see the top of a tent. And it's sturdy. It's very sturdy, like very strong, very sturdy. And I'm seeing a mirror. I'm seeing one of those mirrors that, it's a beautiful mirror. It's like a handheld mirror. It's one of those that you see in like those, it's like in a Disney movie. It looks almost like a fairy tale mirror. Something divine about it. I think like this is a reflection. This is you looking at yourself, getting a good look at yourself within the next 24 hours. Hi, thank you. That is very kind. I think it's a very beautiful moment to look at yourself. I think it's like self-reflection. I feel like a lot of you guys within the next 24 hours are going to be looking about whether you're following your life path, because the mirror felt very divine that I was looking in. And I wasn't looking in the mirror. I was just like looking at the mirror. And I see someone else looking at themselves in the mirror. And I feel like that's you guys. Like that's you guys looking at yourself in the mirror. Because it's not like, oh, this big fairy tale, person that's looking at it either. It's like a regular person looking at themselves in like a really beautiful mirror. And it's a very divine mirror is what it feels like. So it feels like that. It feels like that. Like a silver mirror. And like the mirror is just like you're taking a look at yourself. I want to say, and I even wanted to like kind of like, because when I said yourself, I wanted to say your steps. Like you wanted to see the steps that you've been taking in your life. Are you on the right path? It's like that. I see clearly. I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision, and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. We were just talking about looking at yourself. We were just talking about your inner self and your outer self. We were just talking about you evaluating yourself. But evaluating yourself not in a critique way. No. It's more of looking at yourself in a divine way. In a way that you're like, am I really serving my life purpose? I feel that there's going to be a time within the next 24 hours watching this that you'll be thinking about that. I feel like you have to forgive yourself for the areas that you feel like you weren't taking the right steps. The areas that you may not have been following your life path. Don't beat yourself up for it, because it says, I willingly forgive. So be willing to forgive yourself of the parts that, I feel like the parts that need to fall off, because you see how it's like the leaves right there? And it's like, I willingly forgive. In this, it feels like I have to let go of the parts, like if you're the tree and you have to let go of those leaves are like aspects of yourself that do not serve your highest purpose of growth. It's like that. I breathe love into my vision, and I see with compassion and understanding. So in my vision, in the beginning, it was a man looking at himself, but it feels like an average person. It's just, it's everyone. It's everyone. It could be a man, it could be a woman. It's you. It's the person. And you're looking in the mirror. And when you're looking through this mirror, this beautiful mirror, you're looking at it to evaluate that. And have compassion when you do this in the next 24 hours, because I feel like you guys will. There's going to be something that's going to trigger you to make you think about the past steps that you've taken, whether you're on the right path or not. And it's not a head thing. This is a spiritual thing. This is about whether you're on the right life path. And okay, I'm going to say this here because I seen that mirror in there. Now, the mirror that I had seen was beautiful. Okay, it was an antique mirror and it had beautiful designs all along it. But the mirror was not tarnished. It was beautiful. It was clean. You could clearly see yourself. It was a very beautiful mirror, and it was a very clean silver mirror that I could see the person looking at themselves. So it says, my clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. So if you're feeling a little confused about whether you're following your path, I would suggest that you look at the things that are happening around you that have led your life to this point, okay? And then you think, okay, does this outer part reflect where my path feels right? So when you do that, then you'll be able to figure, this is where I need to work on this. Hi. Yeah. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Today's message. So now we're going to move on to the motivation manifesto. I'm seeing somebody inside of a car, and the car is an old car. It's one of those old cars that, like, people get the old cars, they fix them up, and then they go to, like, a car show. Hey! Yeah, they go to, like, a car show, right? And so, like, it's like the, I'm looking at this car, and it's renovated. It looks beautiful. It looks nice. And in particular, that's like sticking out about this car is the fact that it's shined on the outside and the inside. Like, it's black, but it's shined. And the black isn't gloomy. It feels like it's because you're holding on to all these different colors. You have, it's not black as in depressing black. It's black as in true black has every color in it. That's why it's black. You see what I'm saying? And so there's a beauty in that. It's so rich with so many different colors. And I feel like this is talking about the vitality of your life. It's like having a lot. I'm feeling having a lot of resources. Having a lot of resources to support your drive. Like, if you really want to pursue something in your life, you have all the resources to pursue it. Because I feel like the car is like overly like ready for you if you wanted to take the car out somewhere. And like the interior of the car had really beautiful, it was like a beautiful like I want to say it was like that furry, almost like a furry kind, but it's like, I don't know if it's like suede or something. Like inside, it was like, ooh, it looks so nice. And it had like a streak in it, like one streak line. So it was like tannish, whitish, like kind of like an off-white color. And then the streak that I seen go through, I want to say it's red, but I can't get a real good look at that. It's not important. That's why I can't get a good look at it. I only see whatever I'm supposed to see that's most important. So it's not that important then. What's important then is the black on the outside and the white on the inside. So this is having all the resources on the outside and having the purity inside, a pure sense of drive, a pure sense to get a project moving. There's a purity about it. The car is in a neighborhood. It's in a very beautiful neighborhood. And I'm seeing trees everywhere. Very green trees. And I can almost hear, I can hear. It's like I hear the leaves moving. Like if I could just hear the sounds of the street. It's like I'm hearing the sounds of the street. And the street is very calm. I want to stay there. It's so soothing. Okay. The divine hand gives freely to all. Isn't that crazy? Like, I was just sitting there, and I was not sitting there, but I was in the vision. It was just like, I didn't want to leave it. And I was like, oh, it feels so good. Now, when I was in there, I felt that. It felt like, oh, this is so beautiful. It's so free. Isn't it free? Like, nature is free. And the divine gives freely to all. And, you know, the divine hand. It's so beautiful. It was such a beautiful feeling in there. Because I could feel the wind. I could hear the trees. I could hear all the leaves. And it's a beautiful day. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It was a beautiful day in that. And then this one felt like it needed to be pulled, so I had pulled it. We are to be radiant, grateful. And I can't pronounce this word still. Buoyant people. Buoyant people. I don't know how to say this. Okay? Buoyant. See? I'm not crazy. It's a hard word to say. Okay? But I know what it means. It means joyous. So we're called to be joyous people. Now, the radiant and grateful. Remember in my vision with the car, on the outside it was black, and the black felt like that. It's funny because black, a lot of people think gloom, but black, no. It felt like it embodies all the colors. It's rich. It's a very richness to the black. So right here we're seeing radiant. We are to be radiant. And I feel like the radiance is talking about the car and all the colors being on the car. And that car can go anywhere you want to drive it. You just have to... You just have to be pure in your intention. You just have to be pure in your intention. And you'll see clearly. You'll see it clearly. You'll see it clearly. Because you're being pure, having a pure heart with it. Then the divine gives freely. That's how that works. And you'll get a lot. You'll get an overabundance when you're following your path. That's like a give. And let me tell you this too, like, you know, some people, like, they think that, like, when you do your path, that, like, for some reason, like, oh no, you have to, like, almost like you have to keep over giving, to be, like, protected, or to be, you know, to be protected and to be, like, blessed. But that's not the case. When you just follow where you're supposed to go, the blessings and protection just automatically flow because it's a divine path. Like, think about that. You're on a divine road. Do you think they're just gonna go, okay, see you later. I know you're on the path, but you're on your own. Like, that's not what's gonna happen. We mess it up by getting off the path. Like, that's how that works. Like, we're the ones that mess it up. So, like, I'm just letting you guys know that, because sometimes people are a little afraid to pursue their path. And then when they're afraid to pursue the path, they think that it's going to be even more difficult. Really, the hardest part to follow your path is the first step. Because it's often going to be an unconventional path. It's going to be a path that isn't what everyone deems is, this is how the structure of society should be. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be like it's going to be, the first step is going to be the hardest step. And then after that, you have divine wisdom. You have divine help. So you're not alone. Your story. It's your story. So however you want this story to go is completely up to you. And I feel like in the beginning of this whole thing, I was seeing, oh, you know what's funny? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys. Remember, I was seeing the color and I go, I don't know what color it is. And I was seeing the color in the interior of the car in my vision earlier. I was seeing like a little bit of a red, okay? It looked kind of like off-white, and then like a red streak that was going across the interior of the car. It looked really beautiful. Oh, it was gorgeous. And so right here is kind of like what I was seeing. It was kind of like that. It was like that with like a red streak through it. And like, I couldn't really tell if like that was gonna be, I couldn't tell if it was gonna be red or blue. And now it makes sense, because there's red right there and then there's blue around everything. So it was sort of, the colors were in the vibration. But it's your story, you guys. And you guys are going to clearly be able to see, once you guys look at yourself, I feel like in the next 24 hours going to be a time of reflection. A time of reflection to gain a sense of clarity of where you're going to flow. Remember that there's a very big difference between like following a divine path and like following a conventional path. A conventional path is going to have like some sort of like, this is what happens, then, you know, step A, step B, step C, like that. But like a divine path is like, I know where I'm supposed to go. How? You know, because you're wearing purple, because, not because you're really wearing purple, but because you're using what? What is she using? She's using her third eye. She's using her intuition. She's using that divine knowledge to know, I feel like I need to do this. I feel like I need to be here. It's like that. And then she's what? Is she mapping everything out? No. She's letting nature take its course to take her where she needs to be. And your path is perfect when you follow it like that. It's perfect. You're not going to be able to plan something better than divinely planned, than divinely orchestrated. You just need to know, this is what I want to do because I feel it in my heart, okay? Because when you look at yourself and you feel it and you go, this is what I want to do, you send that out. Send that energy out. Send that energy out. Be like, this is what I want to do. Talk about it. Talk about it to people who are going to support you, of course. Don't talk about it to somebody you know that ain't going to support you. Talk about it with other supportive people. Then when you do that, you're going to start the energy flow of you receiving opportunities for that, or you receiving knowledge of how to make an opportunity for yourself in that. Because right now we're living in a day and age where we're not going to be waiting for people to hand us an opportunity. We're going to have to be making up our own opportunities, making the opportunity. Okay? You want to work with certain people? Become the best at what you do. Go out, find those people, and advertise for free or something for them. That's how you start to make a network, you know? And then like, it's whatever you feel like that's your thing, you know? And you can do it. You can do it whether you're going to like do it, you know, where you're talking to your friends about it a little bit. You could start off like that. But start like working on yourself, on that inner self, so you're prepared to receive it. Because you don't want to talk about it. Universe delivers it to you and you're not ready to accept it. You want to be able to talk about it and be on the same, match the frequency of that vibration. And the way you match that frequency is by speaking about it and doing actions that help promote that. You see what I'm saying? And then it'll all start to flow together. It'll flow together naturally. Okay? Thank you, guys. I feel like I was looking into the eyes of a bee. Like I felt like I had a bee's head right here. And I felt like I was looking into his eyes. It was so funny when I was seeing that. All right, you guys. Fantastic, huh? All right, you guys. Have a fantastic 24. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.